Beat you to it.
Hey, hey,
Hello.
hello.
Hey,
Who said that? We're back.
sure.
Randy Quaid?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Is it, think about it for a few minutes, or you want us to pause for a few minutes, or we should go carry on with the show?
No, someone will answer what that.
Okay.
That was
I think it was from
some movie somewhere.
Independence Day when they were going when he was going up to blow up the thing at the very end. He sacrificed himself.
Yeah, but that was taken from another movie.
Huh?
I think that line was taken from another movie. We're back.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody knows
Okay.
what that, chime in. Let us know. What movie was that from?
Okay, well, whatever. Let us know. Maybe somebody can chime in here. Let us know. Okay, well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to our Sunday night offering of astronomy edutainment and I guess questions too. So yeah, Sunday night astronomy show, Hollywood, Hollywood version.
Hollywood Squares. Here we are.
Yeah. My name is Chris Carvin. I'm the creator of the social media channels known as Astronomy by the Bay. That hit my 10th year yesterday. Hey!
Yay! Congratulations, 10 years, brother. That's amazing.
Thanks, buddy. Yep. Actually, we're starting year 10, so yeah, it's been quite a haul.
A decade, a whole decade.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's with the Astronomy by the Bay. Of course, I was at it longer than that before that, but with that actual page, the first
I
time
have brown hair.
the first picture I put up was February 1st, 2016. Yeah, that's when I had here.
Yeah, I remember when you started, TV was black and white.
It probably was, yeah. TV, what's that? What was
It
that?
probably was
Yeah.
because that was back in the early 60s, right?
Yeah, it would have been, no, yeah, early
Late
60s.
60s, late 60s. Black and white TV.
Early 60s.
Everybody watched the Apollo landing in black and white.
We did, yeah.
Right.
Gathered around the living room, yeah, watching it.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to welcome back my two regular co-hosts who have just already introduced themselves, so it doesn't matter much. Mr. Paul Owen from the Moonshot Observatory in Hampton. Paul? Hey,
We're
man.
back.
And Mr. Mike Powell from the PFO Observatory here in St. John. Hey, Mike.
Hey,
And good evening to everybody on Facebook and YouTube land. Thank you for joining us. Excuse me. Okay. Now, in tonight's episode of the Sunday Night Astronomy Show, you probably heard about the planet parade occurring right now, but if you were to listen to the media, you would have thought that the alignment only took place on that one night, January 25th. It was all over the internet. January 25th, that's the show you got to see. If you're not out that night, you're going to miss it. No, that's not true. The show has started back on the 1st of January, and it's going to continue on till about mid-March, I guess, maybe. Now, since we are in about the middle of the show right now, we're going to talk a little bit about the current planet parade and what to expect over the rest of the month. Also tonight, winter can be a difficult time of year to get outside and look up, but it truly has some of the nicest skies and treasures to enjoy. Now, there are many wonderful celestial targets to view with just binoculars. Tonight, we might take a look at a few of our favorites too, just using Stellarium to have a look around. Also tonight, Final Bud will return with another fine binocular target of the week. Paul, you have Rosanna's fun fact this week?
I do.
Awesome, great. Okay. And I'll have a quick look at some of the celestial events coming up this week. It's mostly about the moon because the moon is passing by the planets all week this week, which is kind of nice. And also I've got a number of photos. I asked for some photos last night of people capturing
the moon and Venus together.
The moon and Venus together, yeah. So I've got a number of those to share. Kurt says we're back. Gremlins.
Gremlins.
there you go.
Yes. There we go.
Thanks,
Thanks, Kurt.
That was what, 1953?
You remember the car, the Gremlin?
My brother had one, yes. We had a Pacer, he had a Gremlin.
He had a Gremlin. There you go.
All right, well, let's get started then with tonight's program and a look at the parade of planets. Do you guys want me to share Stellarium?
Not yet. Not yet. Let's just talk a little bit about it first. I like to kind of put it out there.
I think my final bubble will explain a fair bit about what's going on there if you want me to throw it up first.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk about it and then we'll take a look at Stellarium.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is a different explanation. How do I share? I go to this one and it looks like this guy, I think. I hope. Let me know if you see buttons and planets.
Yep.
You do.
All right. So it's a binocular target, but it's not a binocular target. How's that? So binocular target of the week this week by Bono Bud is the planetary parade, which is what we're talking about. Now, the media has hyped this up and they call it something a little bit different. So I used a phrase from someone else. That's fake news. The planetary alignment. 6 planets will align in the night sky in January 2025, becoming visible for several weeks. They are not going to align. They are going to be in a planetary parade, is what the difference is. What do I mean by that? Well, the planets in our solar system will never line up in one perfect straight line, one behind the other, like you see in the movies. If you look at it on a two-dimensional plot of the planets, their orbits on a piece of paper, it may lead you to believe that the planets will circle around eventually and line up in one line. In reality, the planets do not orbit all perfectly on the same plane. Instead, they swing about on different orbits in three-dimensional space. For this reason, they will never be perfectly aligned in one line. It's like waiting for a swarm of flies circling around your head to line up. It's not going to happen. When astronomers use words like planetary alignment, they don't mean literally lining up. They just mean that some of the planets are in the same general region of the sky, and this type of alignment almost never happens with all the planets, but right now it's happening with 6, and normally it happens with, say, 2 to 3 at a time. So it's not a planetary alignment, it's a planetary parade. So that explains that. So what's really happening in the sky? Well, if it was clear like it was last night, it was beautiful. We were out in Hampton last night looking at the sky, doing a public observing event for Paul. At 1900 hours at 7 o'clock, you look up from east to west or west to east, you'll see Saturn. In there, Neptune is, then Venus. Tonight, the moon is right in there, and last night the moon was a little closer to Venus. In between the moon and Jupiter, which is over here, you'll find Uranus, and then off just over by Gemini, you see Mars. And that is the parade of the planets going across the sky. What does it look like? Just like this. There's Saturn, Neptune, Venus, the moon, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars. So a good lineup. 10 by 50 binoculars. Well, you're not going to see it all in one shot with a pair of 10 by 50s, but you can take your binos and scan the sky. You'll probably see the closest or brightest planets like Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, and if you look down, you might even see the Earth. And here it comes. And it's not a pun. If you believe the planets are all lining up in a row, they're coming to get you. That's Binocular Target of the Week by Bino Bud.
Awesome.
So there you are.
That's
Thanks, Mike.
perfect. That's perfect.
I hope that explains the planetary parade.
Yeah.
Let me show you one quick image here, Paul, before we start. Just
No. Go ahead.
Okay, because it's this one right here I wanted to explain. You will see that, okay?
Yeah.
So that is the alignment of the planets right now. This is the solar system looking down from above. We're on the site called heavens-above.com. I'm punched into St. John, New Brunswick here. And here are the symbols for each of the or the names for each of the symbols that are in the drawing here, the image here. You can see that there's the sun in the center. Then here's Mercury, there's Venus, Earth, Mars. So if you wanted to say that, if you drew a line straight down through the center, you could say that Mars, Earth, and Venus are kind of on the same side of the sun. And then on the other side, we've got Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So they really aren't all lined up on the same side of the sun. I guess that's what I'm trying to get to. So that's the alignment happening right now. This alignment changes daily, right? Of course, the outer planets don't really move as much as the inner ones do. But that would be if we were to look down on top of the solar system, that's what we would see. So it isn't a grand alignment of planets all on one side of the sun either. So I'll stop
We're not
sharing.
going to get towed away by gravity.
No. Okay.
But it is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and they're all in a great spot right now. Like I know we're losing Saturn because Saturn's going to be at inferior conjunction. When is that? Or superior conjunction?
Yeah, she's dive bombing fast to the west.
Saturn. Saturn is.
I mean, we were standing by the ball field there in Hampton last night, and just clearly as you grazed across from one side of the sky to the other, there they all were. like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Now we couldn't see Uranus and Neptune, of course, because we were just looking naked eye. I don't think anybody put their scopes on it, but boy, the rest of the planets are right there.
Saturn passes behind the sun from our point of view on March the 12th.
Right.
So it's sinking pretty quickly now. Yeah. And actually at the end of the month, Mercury's going to start joining the show right around the 20th or so. Saturn will probably have disappeared below the horizon by that time, but then Mercury comes up and joins the show for a little while.
Yeah.
And it's only has an 88-day orbit, so it's not going to be very long. It won't join the show for very long, but we will have Mercury and Venus actually coming together as a nice pair right around the end of February.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the show is really nice right now. The planets are nice and high too right now, like Mars and Jupiter and Venus, and they're all up there, in a nice, beautiful stretch across the sky.
Oh,
and right now, the moon is moving across the sky, greeting each one of them as it does. So I think I've got a couple of pictures here actually about what's coming up through this coming week, where the moon will be placed. So.
Oh, good.
So, do you want to say anything
Silence is golden.
No, I was just going to say that last night when we were out doing the observing, we get to talk to a lot of people that don't really know where these things are or what they are in the sky. They just look up, see something bright, and they're not sure what it is. And so, kind of going back to those days, it was kind of interesting showing people, well, this is here, and a lot of people don't even realize that Venus phases like the moon does, right? And so I had an eyepiece on the 84 or 8 to 24 zoom. I pushed it right up to 8, so I got the most magnification I could, and I put it on Venus, and I just put it in the eyepiece and have a look at that. What do you think? Oh, look at that beautiful moon. I said, no. I said, move the telescope over just a little bit, and then you're going to see the moon, because it was so close. You just had to just nudge it, really. And it's like they were just totally blown away, and they didn't realize Venus phased. And it really, when it phases in the crescent form, if you, again, weren't somebody who knew that much, you would think you were looking at the moon.
Yeah.
It was incredible to see that. Also, what's really interesting is not only can you see the planets following the ecliptic, which is really cool, but it's all the stuff that you see in between. There are so many things that are in behind planets, that we see, like all the things that are in Orion that you can look at, naked eye, the whole constellation. And of course, break it down into the belt and into the sword, the nebula itself. Point over towards Mars, and then you got Castor and Pollux right there. I mean, there's just so many, and then of course Taurus and Pleiades, Jupiter, all in that one little spot. You could spend just your whole night just in that one area. But there's
I did.
Yeah, exactly.
It was. There's so much in that area to look at, and then even that, you go the other side. We were looking at Andromeda, so you're looking up. There's Cassiopeia. You're watching Cygnus start to sink into the mountain, which is pretty cool. And Pegasus is right there. It was. You can just see the Milky Way coming right through. And I've never witnessed a wintertime Milky Way that seemed quite so bright. Actually, that was kind of neat.
Yeah. It's amazing how much you can see of it, because I mean, of course, as you know, Cassiopeia through to Cygnus, it follows that whole thing. So all year long, you can have a nice look at the Milky Way. It may not be as as beautiful as the southern one, but still lots there to look at.
Yeah.
There we go.
Here's our sky looking south. So here we are with Venus, the moon. There's Saturn down here below it. Using a program called Stellarium. If anybody hasn't seen this before, it's a fantastic, powerful, open source, free program to download. It has many different options and setups that you can do for it. But for basically, if I'm going to go out for an evening of observing, I'll take a look at Stellarium to see, like, if it's a week ahead of time, I might see what's going to be up next Saturday night, and I can go through this program. So stellarium.org, that's where you find it. And it's great for a desktop, laptop, and you can also get it as an app as well for phone, but it does reveal quite a bit of information. There are lots of apps out there. I kind of like this one. It's one of my favorites for sure. So here we go. If I just come down here and turn on the planets button, it will light up the planets, show me where they are. So there's Saturn, Venus, the moon. It's actually just brought up to a larger size, Jupiter and Mars. We come down here again, I can go to constellations, and I think I've got them turned on so that if I click on something, it'll bring them up. So there's, for instance, there's Orion. Here's Jupiter sitting in between the horns of Taurus the Bull. There's the Pleiades star cluster right there at the edge of it. I can pop into a Sirius here. That's Sirius star. Here's Castor and Pollux, the twins of Gemini. Down below here, Saturn's sitting in Aquarius right now. But you can fill all these spots in with all of the different constellations. Now, if I try to get to where was I trying to get to? There it is, Pegasus. And I can also bring on the names of the constellations, the labels of the ones that I've identified so far. So that's a sample of what you can see with this powerful program. I can also come down here and bring on the deep sky objects. So these are the deep sky objects. I can set up the parameters for what these will be, like what magnitude I want to go down to see at what point. But these are a number of deep sky objects that are visible. Most of these are visible with binoculars easily. So there's your night sky from looking south, and of course we spin it around. We'll get north over here. Nothing's filled in this at this point, but there's some major, and we've got Ursa Minor. A whole sky full of constellations, but this one will fill in as you identify the object. It'll show you what constellation it's in. That's the mode that I have it set up in for right now, because it's easier for me to put up a post saying, hey, let's have a look at Mars tonight. It's in or make sure you take a look at Mars tonight. You're going to find it in Gemini. And this is a great way too to learn the constellations, because right now, especially because now we have Mars and Gemini. Okay, well, if you didn't know where Gemini was before, you know where it is now, because Mars is sitting right in the middle of it. So you can pick out the shape of Gemini, the twins, by finding Mars itself. If we take off the constellations again, there it is. There's the two heads of Gemini and the arms and legs. So that might help you find your way around. Here's Jupiter sitting in Taurus as well. If I bring the constellation back on again, I can see that's sitting right in the horns of the bull. I can also bring on the artwork down here. It says this one. So there's some of the legends of the artwork. Why they're called what they are, I guess. While I'm here, I'm going to point out my two favorite wintertime constellation objects, I guess, and I would say probably Andromeda Galaxy would be one of them right there. And that has over 1 trillion suns. That's the next largest galaxy towards us. I'm going to zoom back out again. How do I find it? Well, this is the Great Square of Pegasus. Pretty hard to miss that one. Here's your Great Square here. I usually, in my way, I go out 1 star, another star, then up 2 stars, and then right off to the edge, there's where I find Andromeda. I can also use Cassiopeia as a finder. So the second V in the W shape, that points directly down to it as well. So that's in our western sky right now at 7:30. Here's the double cluster. That would be my other favorite, I guess. And that is right there. Really pretty in binoculars. Really nice binocular targets, both of them. Guys, how about you guys? So I'm going to stop my sharing screen. You guys want to share what you might want to take a look at?
You want to leave your you already got Stellarium up. You can show it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was funny because one of them is in the top of Orion, and it was binocular target about 2 weeks ago, and it's called Lambda Lambda. If you go up to the top end, very top of Orion, you see the Betelgeuse and the other star there. They form a triangle.
Betelgeuse and Rigel.
No,
Nope.
up right where the bow is. The 2 top stars in Orion.
Okay.
No, that's not right.
Right
there is Lambda Lambda, and you can
Okay.
see it naked eye, and it's quite the sight. And it's the stars are shaped like the Greek letter lambda.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And Mike spotted it last night. He goes, "Look, there's that item target, Lambda Lambda," and it stood out like incredibly well. So, we were quite impressed by that. Of course, the other one for me is the Pleiades.
Yeah. So
You see naked eye, it's an amazing, just an amazing spot to look at and what's going on in there. A place of star birth.
Here, yeah.
So yeah, the Seven Sisters. That's probably my two favorite winter spots.
Yeah.
Be able to see Lambda, and then that.
Yeah, that's beautiful through binoculars for sure.
Yeah.
That's easy to find too, because all you have to do is take the 3 stars of the belt. You'll go up and you'll hit Taurus, and then go straight on to the Pleiades. There again, Jupiter's within the horn, so that might help you find your way around the Taurus as well. Paul, anything for you?
Yeah, I have to show because I've got something actually up on my screen.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
Yeah.
Here you go, sir.
All right, so let me see if I can. Make
Kurt said Mercury's beside Saturn on the 24th. Thanks, Kurt.
Okay, so you should be able to see. I'll zoom out first. So there, it was kind of Chris what Chris was showing. So there's Taurus, Aldebaran, and Jupiter sitting right here. What Mike likes, of course, is the Pleiades, Seven Sisters. Last night, and I didn't know what was happening. I wasn't aware it was going to happen because I didn't look for it, but happened to catch it at the time. So we were showing Jupiter, of course, a lot, and showing people what it might look like in binoculars, something similar to that. Just a bunch of dots, Jupiter a little bit bigger, and then you can see the 4 Galilean moons. But at the same time, what was happening is Io was starting to transit Jupiter. And we watched it to go from about, if I can reverse my time here. Oh, I lost it. Hang on a sec. There we go. Let me shift. Let me just take it back a little bit further.
Double click on Jupiter to center it.
There we go. There. So right around 7:15, it kind of looked something like that. It was that far apart. So every time we show people Jupiter, we always talk about the Galilean moons and basically how they're laid out. So when they look at them, they don't think they're stars, right? And then I noticed how close this was. So we actually got to watch this. Whoops. See, it didn't center on me again. So we actually got to watch this. See if I can do that correctly. I'll try it this way. Yeah, it's moving with the time.
On your bottom bar, Paul, on your bottom bar there, there's a right beside the.
Okay, just a sec. I'll just do it this way. Just give me a sec.
Okay. Yep.
Take it back out and I'll find it. We're not getting that far away. It's only minutes. Anyway, so what we got to see was Io actually go from, there was actually, we started noticing it. There was just a little space between Jupiter and Io. And then all of a sudden it started disappearing. It wasn't disappearing. It was starting to transit the planet. We didn't wait for the shadow because it was too cold. We left. But it was just really cool to see that. And for a lot of the people that had never seen that before or weren't aware to even try to observe that, it was quite something else for somebody just first time looking at a telescope to actually see a transit go on. So it was really quite special. So that's kind of what I think I got more impressed about last night than anything else we looked at was the fact that we were watching that go on at the very time we had the observing thing up and running. So
that was cool. It impressed Galileo too at one point.
What's that?
It impressed Galileo too at one point.
Yeah, I bet you saw. I bet you did.
Night after night. Yeah, night after night.
Can you imagine? He must have, whoa.
Yeah, what's going on? Or however he would say. He's Italian, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be talking with his hands. And looking through that little long piece of wooden tube with those really crude optics. And this guy studied this stuff. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you can get out around, I know it's really cold. It was bitter last night. There's no question.
Yeah.
But if you get an opportunity to take a pair of binoculars outside right around now, this is a time to be out. We're not quite into galaxy season yet. We're about a month away, I guess, from that.
Yeah.
But right now you've got everything up nice and high. You've got Orion up nice and high. The planets are all nice and high. The winter circle is right there, right up above. And we'll see Mercury join the show here in the evening. I'd say right around the Kurt says it's beside Saturn on the 24th. So right around the 20th or so, it should start to appear above the western horizon.
Yeah.
Of course, so it'll be a busy month this month. Of course, next month we're leading into our lunar eclipse and partial solar eclipse. We'll be talking about that a lot later on.
Yeah, lots coming up. It's been a very active last 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah,
So
with all
much
the
going on.
aurora and all the aurora going on, and the total eclipse of last year. Now, when
The
this
comets.
this nice total lunar eclipse will be a full eclipse. It's going to be that full bathed red, orangey
Yeah.
eclipse, right? Quite late, lasts about 7 hours altogether. The partial
Wow.
eclipse is only going to last about an hour. The solar eclipse, but even that will be really impressive as it rises in the southeastern part of the sky,
Yeah, like a set of horns.
like a set of horns. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we'll have a full, almost an hour for it to disappear, to fall off the disk, basically. So
Yeah. The lunar eclipse I'm really looking forward to.
yeah, yeah,
That's going to be, I remember the last one we shot it, that's back in 2015. And I'm the one that I saw. It was just the perfect night. It was just like it was last night.
I think
And
Mike and I
had a set of binoculars set up on a tripod just to watch. And of course, I had a telescope and a camera set up to shoot it all. But what a sight when all of a sudden it eclipses and then you're seeing the moon, but you're also seeing all the stars all around it.
yeah,
It's phenomenal to watch. It's almost as nice, not as nice,
it's
but almost as nice as a
almost
solar.
nice.
Yeah.
I think Mike and I watched one down in Milledgeville, didn't we, Mike? It was the
Yeah.
total lunar eclipse. Yep.
Yeah. And it was just coming into sunrise as it was went into full, and then it
Finishing. Yeah.
slowly went out of sight. It was cool though. It was
Yeah,
really
it
cool.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've been, you throw the aurora in there, and we've had a lot of things happening. A lot of conjunctions, a lot of pulses, like things that are close together in the sky,
Yeah.
along with these coming eclipses and
Time for a supernova.
time for supernova.
Yes.
Actually,
Yes.
yeah, we almost had a
Yeah,
comet, but
that's
that was across the southern part of the sky. Yeah, supernova.
That's what's missing.
That's what missing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
Well, and we've got some really interesting stuff coming up on Rosanna's too. So there's some other things that are going to be very cool that she's pointed out.
Well, we're probably ready for that now, Paul. If you want to start.
Oh,
So Mike's already done his vinyl bed for tonight.
that wasn't
Yeah.
the same way, but
I had to cheat.
let me try to get it set up here. Hang on.
Let me while you're doing that, I'll take a quick look at this other thing, so you have a minute to get ready. When I was in Heavens Above website there before, here's another page that can be helpful to some. The planet summary. So here we have all the planets listed here, and there's lots of information in this chart. We've got not only the brightness of the objects along this line, but also farther down, we've got the dates of the inferior conjunctions, the dates of opposition, which is when you have the sun, Earth, and that planet in line. Superior conjunction, as I mentioned earlier, Saturn was going to be in superior conjunction on March the 12th, so it's going to disappear from our sky very soon. So this helps you decide where things are going to be, or when you're out there, why am I seeing the planet where it is right now, and how much longer will I see it? So that table is very helpful if you can get used to it. It just takes a little bit of time to go over it, that's all. But I find it very helpful. Okay, back we are. We are back.
We are.
Paul, we lost your volume. You're muted, sir.
What?
Yeah, you're muted, Paul. Overture, turn the lights.
There.
Bloopers for 2025.
I need a minute because there's something's happening on my computer.
Okay.
So you just give me a minute.
That's our first blooper of 2025. I love it.
There you go.
Our first, but not our last.
By the way, our good buddy there from Bronte says that don't forget M41.
Yeah. Always.
Okay, I'm good now.
Okay, good.
All right. So
All right, sir. All yours.
all right. I get this thing on my screen that won't disappear, so I can't find my share button. Hopefully this is it. All right. Okay, and this is this week's.
Rosanna's Fun Fact.
Oh, wow, thanks. Woohoo! Welcome back, Rosanna, for another amazing fun fact. Now I just got to find it. Oh, I got this new stuff going on my computer and it just hides things on me all the time now. And where did it go? I think this is it. Yep, found it. Good. All right. So let's get right to it. Let me just move this because our screen that we move around is hiding my words. There. Okay, so let's move right in. So Rosanna writes, "Hi, Paul. Since it is definitely not hot outside where we are, I thought I'd start with some blistering hot off-the-press space news. By how many of you, by now, how many of you have seen this one source or another this week? One evening last July, let me just get rid of this so you can see the photo. There we go. Joe Valandium and his partner Laura Kelly of Prince Edward Island returned home from walking their dogs when they found their brick walkway splotched with dusty debris in a star-shaped pattern. A rare recording captured on their doorbell camera showed a fast-moving space rock hurling out of nowhere and smashing into the ground with a loud crash and an explosive burst of gray dust. Did you guys see that on the news? It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I did see it. It was pretty good. You're right. It was amazing. And actually, they did show the clip too.
Okay. So here's is a still from the video showing the impact and the dust spreading. So this is just still, and the dust was actually over there. And then on the next slide, it basically was spread right there, so you could see it. So what makes this news even more amazing is this is the first ever sight and sound recording of a meteorite landing on a rather crashing onto Earth. Yay, go Canada. Out of the estimated 40,000 kilograms of space rocks and stuff that enter Earth's atmosphere every day, Gonzalo Tancredi, an astronomer at the University of the Republic of Montevideo in Uruguay, estimates that there are probably about 6,100 meteorite falls per year over the entire Earth and about 1,800 over the land. Although AI couldn't do the odds of a doorbell camera capturing this event for me, I did say it was rare occurrence. I did say it was a rare occurrence, since the probability of winning 649 lotto was 1 in 13,983,816. Perhaps buying a ticket instead of a doorbell camera is the luckier choice. It's amazing how a little meteor is left after it burns through the atmosphere. I love that cartoon. Also in the news is our latest comet, Atlas C24G3, is now becoming a headless ghost. These amazing photos captured on January 18th, 19th, and 20th in Chile by Lionel Majizik show the disintegration of the comet. So you can see that the head, it's actually starting to disappear there. So it's pretty defined here. It's getting lost, and it's even getting lost even more there. You can see how quickly the comet's head changed over 3 nights, starting sharp and bright, then becoming more diffuse. The bright streak in a synchrone and consists of dust particles released at the time the nucleus fragmented. Larger, heavier particles reside near the nucleus, while smaller ones are pushed tailward by solar radiation pressure, creating the streak. Now, a January the 14th pic. It's an inverted image. This is a simulated view of Mars and the Moon in the western sky on January 14th, 2025. And a during and after composite. So here is opposition meets occultation in this composite image of Mars passing behind the Moon, captured from the Observatorio del Teide in Tenerife, Spain on January 14th. The Moon's occultation of Mars was particularly spectacular because Mars was nearly at opposition on the opposite side of the Earth from the Sun and near the closest it comes to Earth, making the planet shine especially bright. One of our club members, Kurt Nason, did catch the occultation in a spite of a cloudy sky, which brings his moon-planet occultation total to 5. Now, fun fact, It is not uncommon to see the moon occult or pass in front of a planet. What is truly rare is a planet occulting another planet, because planets appear so small from Earth's perspective. The last time this happened was in 1818, and it won't happen again until 2065 when Venus occults Jupiter. So some of you people out there will be around for it. Chances are we may not. But what a cool thing to look forward to. Since planetary conjunctions are more common, tracking these may be a bit more of an attainable goal. Now, turn that so you can see that. So remember Radiolab's call out to the public to name Earth's quasi-moon, the moving item in this GIF. On January 13th, the International Astronomical Union announced that Cardia was the chosen name for Earth's quasi-moon, named after the Roman goddess of doorways and transitions according to the Planetary Society. I'll just blow that up so you can see it. So Earth's quasi-moon named Cardia. The name Cardia seems to be a bit open to interpretation, as one article I read stated, rather specifically, that Cardia was the goddess of door hinges. Who would have thought? Totally unfair. Really? Goddess of door hinges? Is that even a thing? Unbelievable. And that is this week's
Rosanna's Fun Fact.
Hey.
It's cool.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. So something to look forward in 22 and 2065. And wouldn't that be cool to see a planet?
I'll mark that on my calendar.
Put it on your calendar, Chris. To
Yeah,
see a
okay.
planet in front of a planet. That would be unbelievable.
That'll be a Centarium.
Yeah. But that was pretty cool. That and I remember seeing that on the news about the
Yeah,
meteorite hitting the ground, and anyway, it was pretty cool.
the first one ever. Yeah, the first one ever to actually get video and sound together in any
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, that was very, very cool.
He said he was standing right next to that spot apparently too, just shortly before that.
Yeah, he said that if he had been there, I can't remember how many minutes before, it would have hit him because he was
Yeah.
standing right there.
Right there. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got buying a lotto ticket for sure then.
Yeah, exactly.
He's already beat the odds. Okay. All right. Thanks, Rosanna, for that as well. And always great hearing about what's happening. Okay, let's take a look at some photos. We're early, I guess, tonight, guys, but we get some photos to share, so we'll take some time here. Notes up. Here's some notes. Okay. I got a number of images that people did share with me from last night as well. Open them up with photos. Good idea. Come over here. And now I'll share my screen. I'm going to go to screen 2 here.
There we are.
Ah, there you go.
Hey, so, okay, our first photo comes from Rita Kopanitsky. Rita is in Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
He's been a loyal follower of my page for quite some time. Anyway, Rita had sent this photo and she said, please see photo attached from last night in Melbourne, Australia. She said, it's a heat wave down under. She said, I would love to be able to dip my face in some snow right now. She said she caught this photo caught by my brother on his cell phone. So there you go. So you can see the difference here in the image as well, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. As soon as I saw it, I thought that looked different.
the other way, she's upside downy.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam would say you're upside downy. Anyway, yeah, the image is different here
Cool.
with the moon, but yeah, so we can see that difference. So thank you for that, Rita. And thanks for following the page so long. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to go from there to this one, which is from Jennifer DLG. Jennifer says, hi, Chris. She says a couple of recent photos. Now, these ones were shared with me last week, and we were on last week, so I kept these ones for this week, of course. So I photographed the Pleiades with my Sea Star, but this new photo was taken with my camera and an 85mm lens and greatly cropped. She said it was a test, and I could use more exposures, but I am delighted that I got to this much on my own.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Great work.
Nice work. Now, and she said the second shot here is of short star trail test shot, which happily succeeded, she said. So very well done.
Love Star Trails.
Well done, Jennifer. And she sent in a couple of new ones for this week. Is this one here? Yeah, this one. She's, hi,
Moon
Chris.
and Venus. Yeah.
I could not help trying to photograph the moon and Venus last evening, even though I was in transit and could not stop for very long. But nice capture, though.
She's driving her car, getting moon.
I
There's a
just thought-
dated
I'd be driving
astronomer,
to-
right?
I'd be driving through the A&W there, sitting in the parking lot then.
That stands for Astronomers Who Alter.
Yeah, that's dedicated. She's driving her car, and you know what I mean, and she's taking pictures of the.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's the true astronomer there.
That was a car in front of me last night.
And she captured this one as well. So, thanks for
Nice.
that, Jennifer. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Okay. I'm going to move on now to Mark Fitkin's pictures here, our Bronte astronomer guy. Mark says, here are some pictures for you, Chris, if you want to use them. So nice. Look at that. Looks
It
like
was a cat's fault.
yeah, cat's fault. Cat ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah, cat ordered it.
He didn't know Kathy until when he was on the show.
Oh,
Now he's been talking to her.
yeah. Yeah, that's Kathy's excuse. And he captured this with it. Nice capture of
There you are.
you there, the Orion Nebula. And he got this one nice. You have the sun as well. Some piece
Nice.
there. So
And we got some nice big spots coming around again this week.
we do, don't we? Yeah. And there's been a couple of nice M flares already. Maybe an X-class flare. They say it's building up its magnetic complexity right now. It's at a beta gamma delta. So we should see something happening within the next couple of days or so as these sunspots have turned around and now are facing Earth. So
Fingers are crossed.
crossed, you're right. So thanks for those, Mark. And we're going to move on now to Annie LeBout. No, this is another one from Mark. Sorry. This is another capture.
8182.
8182. Yes.
Very nice.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
And this one is from Annie LeBoucher. And he says, well, here's my photo of the croissant, she says. February 1st at Dieppe. Not my best pick because of the wind and branches in front of the moon. She says, I had to choose between a quick picture or me freezing to death. So I chose the quick picture.
Welcome to Astronomy in the Winter.
There you go. There's a loyal one right there. So
It's a great shot.
Annie, nice stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to a few more here. This one's from Annette Smith Wright, and Annette sends this one in from near Saratoga Springs in New York. So nicely done, Annette.
Wow, nice.
See how it's just a little bit different there too.
Yep.
It tilted just a bit lower.
I got some earth shine though.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Emra Budur sent this one in with some Moon and Venus and a little bit of Earth shine there as well.
Yes, sir.
So nice, right? Earthshine.
Carol Bean sent this one from. She says this is also from Mazatlan, Mexico.
Wow.
There you go. So there's a nice big happy face down in Mexico right now. So that's what they'd be seeing.
Yeah, I see Venus down the bottom. Can you see
Down
it?
the bottom now, yeah.
Up a bit? Can you zoom in?
I
just
can.
want to see the phasing.
Not quite.
Yeah, you can. You
Kind
can.
of oblong, yeah.
A little bit
Yeah.
there. Oblong, yeah.
The curve shows the phasing, and the
Yeah.
bright part is just kind of blowing out a little bit on the because you're getting a little distortion on it.
Yeah.
But that's what it really looks like. It looks just like a crescent moon.
Yeah,
Sun-
Mercury and because they're inferior planets, both Mercury and Venus will give us that view.
Yeah, that's beautiful to look at.
And look at that nice smiley face moon there. So that's what you get. That's their view from Mexico. So I don't really believe it, so I'm gonna have to go down and take a look.
I wonder if we still get that kind of a phase from our little quasi moon.
Yeah, possibly. Here she got this one too. She said this is also from Mazatlan. A view of Orion, Sirius, and Canopus. Bottom right, which never rises above the Canadian horizon. So she's talking about the star right here. On the very
Wow.
bottom right. Yeah. So nicely done.
Yes.
Thanks.
Carol, hope you're having a good trip. All under the nice warm skies. All right, we're going to go from there to Jill Doucette Kingston's photo here. Said it was beautiful. Tried getting a photo, but it wasn't very good. I think you got it. I think you did okay.
It worked. Yep.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Well done. Thanks, Jill. Another one here from Tracy Savoy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. A little perspective there.
Yeah.
And actually had another one here with it as well. There's your second one. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's neat.
That's what we needed in Hampton last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicely done, Tracy. Okay, I'm gonna go from there to Julie Braille's picture.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
beautiful
Eh?
Just
right
capture.
there. Yeah.
Getting some nice scenes in these ones. Yeah. What a dazzling sight though. That the two of them together, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
It's always very striking and get
that's
lots of
beautiful.
responses from it. This one came from Michelle McCormick.
Very nice.
Nice. Here's one from Lisa Fanning. Lisa sent this to us from New Jersey.
Oh,
Really?
There you go again. She's a little bit tilted. And nice, yeah, dazzling little Venus there.
yes.
Very bright.
It looks like James Webb Telescope version of Venus.
It does. Thanks, Lisa. Going on now to Naomi Monteiro. Photo. Beautiful, clear, nice and clear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Done. I'm going to spring on again now to Jamie Wiseman.
Well, it is clear. The skies are so crisp.
Hmm. Everybody, lots of great pictures here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Sherry Sutton sent this one in.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. Eh?
Nice scene, yeah. I mean, you got to get the whole capture in there. All the landscaping and yes, the moon and Venus does look a little small at that point, but it's still quite nice set in there, featured
Oh,
nicely. Here's Lyndon Cormier's capture from Moncton, just outside of Moncton.
You know, that's more of a realistic view right there
Hmm.
when you're looking outside. Hey,
Yeah, yeah, more. Yeah, you're right.
as far as scale, I mean.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Even hers, even that's about the same scale.
Very nice.
Very nice. Okay, we're going to go from there to Joanne Lee's Landry here. She said this is from Irish Town at 6:15. So what a pretty show, she said.
Mm.
Very nice. And this one's from Margie Jenkins, just a waxing crescent moon.
For the phone, no less.
Yeah. Galaxy S24. Yeah.
Of course, what phones can do now. Eh?
Unbelievable. Sylvie Luce sent this one in. Nicely done.
Yes, sir.
And from there, we're going to go to Crystal Dedham.
I think everybody get out just right around
I
6.
think,
Same time, yeah.
yeah, we're getting close to the end here now. Moira Buren, she said the crescent moon looks more round in this photo than to my eye. It was a delight to have a clear sky, though, in this view. It's from my front porch in Brampton, Ontario.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. I love that little. I don't know if it's a birdhouse, whatever it is that she had.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love getting photos from different places. This is great because we had a chance now to see it all the way from Australia right through to Mazatlan, Mexico, and up the coast to us, so we can see how our view changes. Everybody around the world is seeing the same image, but we're all seeing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. And then we got this one from Brad Perry.
Oh, nice.
I
That's
just
cool.
wanted to share this photo he said from Saturday night of the crescent moon aligned with Fredericton City Hall. He said it was pretty windy out, so it's not quite as sharp as I would have liked, but it was also a great bundle up and get out. It was great to bundle up and get underneath the clear sky.
Yeah.
Also, congrats, he says, on 10 years of Astronomy by the Bay. Thanks for all you do to educate and spread positive. Thank you, Brad.
What time did you take that picture?
He doesn't say at the time.
It's right there on the clock.
Oh, I guess it was 9:25. Smart guy. That's if the clock was running. The clock was broke. See, this is why I don't like. This is why I don't like getting you guys on the phone. Hard day, yeah.
Oh, by the way, but don't change the picture yet, Chris,
Okay.
because you were talking about that partial eclipse.
Yeah,
It's going to look like that.
it's going to look like that. Yeah, only it's going to be kind of coming the other way. Like the horns will be just tilted the opposite direction. Mirrored.
But that same sort of shape, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So you want to get up nice and high too to get that at the horizon because you want to see it just as it's coming up over the horizon. Make sure there's no trees or hills or mountains in your way because if you wait too long, you're gonna lose all of that beautiful display like that.
Don't get any clock towers in your way.
All right, that's it for them, I think.
Nice job, Brad.
That was it.
Yeah, nice shot.
If you have any photos you'd like to share, send them into Sunday Night Astronomy Show. Send them in actually to astronomybythebay@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to capture them and bring them out for next week's show.
Yeah.
Love getting them, love sharing them. Okay, just a quick look at what's coming up through the week here. So I did mention that the moon is now in its path across the evening sky, joining up with many of the objects. A lot of the objects that follow along the ecliptic line, the moon tends to visit those because it's five or so degrees above or below the ecliptic throughout the month. And each night it comes up about an hour later, so that gives it a chance to catch up to or to meet each of the objects that we'd like to see along the ecliptic. Which is this one here is a really pretty one. This is about as pretty as it is with Venus and the moon together. You've got the Pleiades and the first quarter moon. So moon is going to kind of blow out the picture a little bit, but where it's only first quarter, it might not blow it out completely, but still a nice view through 10 by 50 binoculars right here. We would look, there's only about 2.5 degrees apart. So they'll fit together in the same view of 10 by 50 binoculars. So a nice view there. That's on Wednesday night. Thursday night, we get another chance. This is the waxing gibbous moon with Jupiter in the same field of view. So there again, this moved a little bit farther across the sky. And then we move into Sunday night where we have waxing gibbous moon almost full meeting up with Mars. So watch the moon as it passes through the sky. It's kind of neat to see celestial movements like that in action. We have this calendar. This is the newest one. Lisa sent this to me the other day. So this is their February calendar. She's got all the events here, the date of the calendar, peak times, and the seeing tools needed. Naked eye, binoculars, or a telescope. You can find Lisa at Ruby Moonbeams on Instagram, Mastodon, Facebook, Threads, and now on Blue Sky. So thank you for that, Lisa. And Lisa also shares on her Facebook page. I'd like to focus on this one too. Lisa's Look Up Astronomy more, so you can check out the highlights for 2025. She has a link for a downloadable copy there. So print or download that copy and take a look through it. And she lists all the best events for 2025. So thanks, Lisa. Of course, also we have our St. John Astronomy Club Raskin B calendar, put up Kurt Nason. This is a 6-week calendar. We're down around here now. And we've got a few things happening this week. Red spots, first quarter moon, moon near Jupiter, lunar straight wall. So you can find all that at sjastronomy.ca. Just go there, download the calendar, and put it on your refrigerator so you're getting reminded. And I think that's all I got for this week. I'm going to do a stop share here, I think, somewhere. Sure, I got one. Have I got one? No, I don't. Hang on, dude. Where's my stop share? There it is, way over here. Oh, what's it over there? There.
There you go.
Behind it.
Hey, there's better. We're back.
Ah,
Hey. The other screen I had closed. There. Okay. Yeah, we're 54 minutes. What are we going to do? What do you want to talk about now, guys?
Whatever happened to the Blaze?
personally, so go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Whatever happened to the Blaze Star?
Yeah, what did happen to the Blaze Star? It didn't
They
blaze
still-
yet, did it?
It hasn't yet, but they still say it's going to.
Yeah.
For that this afternoon, I just typed in, I wonder whatever happened to that Blaze Star because we didn't see it as far as I know. And
Right.
sure enough, they think it's still going to happen. So just not yet.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to wait, I guess.
Yeah.
Got no choice.
Nope.
Well, we're 6:55 or we're 55 minutes in, so I guess we'll call it tonight. Huh? That's probably been a pretty good show.
Well, most of the time we're late, so if we're a little early, we'll break even.
All right. Well, so that's our show for this evening then. Also hope that you enjoyed the program here tonight. Special thanks goes out once again to Rosanna for her fabulous fun facts episode. Thank you, Rosanna. Always a treasure to have that on our show. Special thanks to all of you who shared our program for us. Mark has been sharing it dozens of times. Trudy and all the others. If I've missed you, I'm sorry, but many people have been sharing our program, which really helps us to get it out there. We do love getting your photos, so send them into astronomybythebay@gmail.com, and we'll have happy to share them on our next broadcast. Next week, I'll be announcing a small contest that I'll be running for children. Again, it's going to be around the lunar eclipse and the partial solar eclipse coming up, so I want to build up some excitement for those two events. So I've got a contest with some nice prizes that I'll be giving away. So we'll talk about that a little bit more next week. So then until next week, wishing all of you lots of clear skies in your future. I'd like to say, guys, open your eyes to view the skies. Keep your scopes pointed up. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Right.
Good night.